Yeah, Kishore, it's like off side. Can you adjust it down? So, you briefly tell me like this projects.
Worked as a big developer for 4 years and is a bank as a big data. Here it's part of AWS to transform the data like in a and using a EMR cluster. I was using a bash scripts and I also have a data coming from relational database where I need to pull and I have to join other tables and present it to the business users. Hello. Yeah. What do you know? What do you want?
So Kishore, tell me how many years of experience you have in total IT?
8 years.
In Hadoop, 4 years, right? Okay. So Kishore, I'm gonna ask you questions regarding classes.
Yep.
So okay, Kishore, can you differentiate between HDFS and relational database?
HDFS, it's an Hadoop distributed file system. Here, everything like we can store any data like unstructured structure, where relational is only a structured data. It processes only a structured data. Here in Hadoop, we can process very large set of data. Here we have a concept of MapReduce, which runs faster than a relation thing, and here we can do not only SQL, we can write Scala code, Python code, everything with using a different Hadoop tools in HDFS. But probably I can say it stores the major difference is like data losses. Why Hadoop came in the picture, like when you have an data in relation, it may occur in a data loss. In Hadoop, it replicates the data. When the data comes, it replicates into 3 times. It means it stores it into different clusters by 3 times. So if any 2 clusters are down, we have a backup in another cluster. So there are advantages of Hadoop.
Okay. So, Kishore, can you compare HDFS with a network attached storage?
What? HDFS with what?
Network attached storage. NAS.
Network attached storage?
Yes.
I don't know what is the network attached storage. Can you briefly do that? Or like?
Yes. It's like NAS. Sorry.
No, I can understand it is network attached storage, but little brief into that so that I can understand and I can give you the difference.
It's like it is used for file level computer data storage server connected with computer network like that.
No, I don't know about NFS.
Fine. Okay, can you explain about that checkpoint?
Checkpoint is like when the data comes into Kafka, some other streaming, not only Kafka. Whatever data you moved, that is called a checkpoint. I mean, if you have like 10 tables, you have only moved to 8 tables for now, and it has stopped. So 8 is a checkpoint.
Okay, fine. So tell me, will you do it when name node is down? What will you do?
When name node is down,
Yes.
okay, we have an secondary name node. The name node is down. This secondary name node comes into picture and acts as a name node.
Can you tell how it is?
How does it act?
Yes.
See, Hadoop, as I said, see, this name node has an actual data metastore wherever the data is stored into it. And name node, data node. Data nodes are like name node has the actual metadata where this suppose you have an 20 GB of data. So one data node takes an 10 GB, another data node takes another 10 GB. So all this information name node carries it. So it is called as a heart of the thing. When it fails, we have a secondary name node. It comes into picture like it will have the access for the data nodes and what else. It is like a backup thing.
Okay, fine. So tell me about map reduced.
Map reduce concept.
Yes. Yes.
Map reduce Hadoop works on map reduce concept where map and reduce two different stages. In the phrase we have like we take some example of like hive method or something. You want a word count. It in the mapper phase it shuffles the data. It divides the data hive data whatever that is, and it shuffles and it's sent to the reducer phase. And the whatever the output you are wishing to that the reducer phase does that. Hello.
Okay, fine. So, Kishore, tell me how data analysis helps to businesses increases. How to increase the business? Can you give an example?
As an analyst, so big data provides different kinds of services like Spark, Hive, Uzi, whatever thing it is. Hive we can take query equals. We can do things. I mean that question is not appropriate to analysis. We do different kind of things like a transformations in a Spark or like streaming whatever the online data is coming. We stream the data, we divide into the batches, and like we set up the data according to our requirement. That question is not appropriate.
Right. So, can you tell the main components of Hadoop applications?
Okay, like Cucumber you have
Main
used in your
components?
current project.
Yes.
What can you be more specific?
Previously you have used.
Sorry.
Can you be more specific?
Yeah, core components of Hadoop
Okay,
applications
okay.
like Hadoop
Like, can you update? Could you update your resume?
Hadoop.
common.
Like previously, in which year you have used this Cucumber?
Core components like how can I say, this is like very basic thing you are giving me about. Can I say
Yeah.
how can a map reduce concept in which at the starting stage, as I said, it replicates the data and states into three types. It replicates three types of data. It has a name node, a data node, and everything. After that, it Yarn has to the which has a job tracker, task tracker, and everything. What else you want, like what core component? You asked me certain component. I can explain you about that.
Yeah, it's like Hadoop common component. Can you explain it?
See, what's your name? I didn't get you.
Sorry,
What's your name? What's your name?
Pranita.
Pranita. Yeah, I said like there will be different kind of things, components you ask me. Give me a component name. I'll explain you about that detail.
Detail. I'm asking for detail.
How can I say for you like
Okay, fine. So, can you explain about Spark ecosystem?
Spark came into picture after MapReduce concept. Previously, we used to have an MapReduce concept, and after that, Spark has built on in which Spark can run on memory. That means it is 100 times faster than a MapReduce program. In the Spark, we can write SQLs, RDDs came in picture, data frames came in picture, data sets came in picture, and we can do SQL. We can stream the data from online, like continuous data. You heard about it? Whatever the transaction, your credit card transactions are like continuous. Every minute you get a data, right? We process by you.
Okay. Can you tell advantage data assets?
Data sets and data frame. Data sets runs
Sets.
on compile time and data frames runs on a runtime. That is the major difference between those two. It runs on a compile time, and this is data frames runs on a what do you call runtime.
Yeah, okay. Can you tell how it did process data in Spark?
How you process the data in Spark?
Yes.
How do we process? There are different
What is
ways to
that?
process.
What is
We can read
it?
into the data frames, whatever the data from SGFS or like database to read into the I work data. So there is another concept RDDs, resilient distributed data sets, which we can perform on that. Which we can do into Spark version 1.0. We were having RDDs, and after 1.3, I guess, we came up with the data frames. Data frames is much faster, like that much familiar, user friendly to our. We read the data into RDDs or data frames or data sets, anything, and we apply some transformation done like a SQL or Scala code or whatever it may be, like transforming the data, changing the columns, or like adding assigning a bad flag to that, or whatever transformations required, we can do that.
You can you differentiate between array and list in Scala?
But
Sorry, array list.
see, list is something like when you profoundly you take into the list. What about list bags and tuples? Those things are like listing them into a particular RDD. Like if you have your name, sorry, I forgot your name. Something Hadoop is taken into one list. What is the bag in the sense is like group of list is called as a bag.
So Kishore, tell me the use of tuple.
Tuples.
Yes.
Joining all this in the same way. I mean, all these bags are into the tuples. I mean, I'll give you an example. One tuple is equal to, I can say, if you have an pen, paper, pencil, pencil to one pull. You can say notebook or all these bag considered as a one tuple.
Okay, fine. So Kishore, tell me, is it possible to change the default location of managed table? Hello?
Managed tables, internal
Yes.
tables, you're asking internal and external tables?
Yes.
Yes, we can change it.
Yeah, how can you change? Can you explain?
While
it?
importing the data, we can store it into particular. We can give you the put or get command from. If it is a local, then we can give a put, and if it is an external storage, we can get it using a put and get command. We can give the name and whatever the location unit. If it is storing into the S3 bucket, we give as a S3. So S3 is an AWS component. We given as the if you are using Azure Databricks, we'll give Azure thing. Azure path. Whatnot in SDFS, we can give by changing the path wherever we want to store it.
So okay, what about external table and managed table? Can you differentiate between them?
What differentiate between those? The main difference is like when you create a table on that stored location, we create two kinds of tables, like managed table or external table. External table difference is like it will create a schema, not the main data. When you drop an external table, the data will be present, but the schema will not be lost. Sorry, schema will be lost, but data will be present in there. So we don't have a losses of data. So when you drop a manage table, manage or internal table, the data whole data will be lost when you drop it.
So, can you explain about partition? So, why you?
Partitions are their subdivision of a table. Like why do we do partition is for a faster performance, faster querying performance. Like when you if you have a million set of records in a table, if you want to only get a specific suppose if you have for example if you have a data coming in different countries like India, US, Canada, whatnot, all over the world, if you want only record to particular US country particular data, you do a partition by country based on country, so it will divide into the subfields, and when you do perform a query on that, the performance will be so much faster.
So, can you tell the use of buckets?
Buckets are further divided after doing a partition. They are further divided into buckets. Like suppose if you have buckets, how buckets runs is like if you are studying in a fifth grade section A, B, C, D, four buckets of a fifth grade. So fifth grade, 1 to 10 grades you divide into partitions, and from partitions you do bucketing.
So, can you differentiate between local and data
Hive has an Hive feature has an what do you call a Derby database. It has its own metastore.
Okay.
Yeah, it is like embedded mode or local mode or like remote metastore, where embedded is it will perform its own JVMs. Java, it will have Hive has its own Derby, and it will perform its own what do you call JV. It runs on its own JVM, whereas local to Hive does not prefer a single one. So overcome two of these, we prefer local metastore. And like remote, we can say it runs on its own separate JVM. So these three are major difference between them.
So Kishore, if you want to add a new partition, so how can you add? So from below to above?
Assigning or designing, right?
Yes.
When you create a table, like create external table or manage table, and you give the columns fields, and you specify the location or whatever the field. If it is a CUSE, the field will be terminated by comma. The location part by specific column, whatever the columns you want to do be partition, we specify there.
Like just for confirmation, just tell me your overall IT experience.
Can you explain about transformation lazy in Spark?
Kirti.
Yeah, Spark has a lazy evaluation. Why we call it lazy? Because unless until you give a task for that, like if you perform a transformation, if you want to, we in Spark we use a val and batch, right? If you take a Spark val and RDD, data frame, you specify as some transformation, like you will do an outer join. After outer join, it will does it, but it won't show you the result unless and until you give an action like select or display. Whatever the action needed to be done, then only the process will be done.
Sorry?
That is why Spark follows lazy evaluation.
8 years, okay.
Unless and until you give command for that, it never does.
So Kishore, can you run a Spark without a hadoop? So tell me, how can you run? Is it
Like previously, how many years you have done?
If,
Spark runs above Hadoop.
Okay.
so can you tell
Yeah,
the role of
that's
driver?
confirmation, okay? Because your
Driver are like name node things, like it will distribute drivers and executors. When you submit a Spark submit job, and when you run it,
Thank you.
this will allocate the executors for each task. Or without a driver.
Okay, Kishore, thank you. Thank you for your time. I written down your synopsis. I will send to the client. Our recruiter Matthew will touch with you for the interview times. Yeah, have a nice
Okay.
day.
Yeah.